Namaskar. You know very well what is the line spacing. In our last class, we have learnt what is line spacing. When we write in a page, the gap between the above line and the below line is called as the line spacing. When we are writing in a plain paper, white paper, the line spacing we can decide. We have freedom to decide how much should be the line spacing. For example, if the letters are big, the line spacing should be more. I shall explain. Look here. I will write big sized letters. Shortcut will cut you short. See, the size is big, no? Between this line and this line, there is so much gap. That is the line spacing. So, line spacing we can decide when we are writing on a plain paper, unrolled paper. Suppose your handwriting is small. Shortcut will cut you short. Here, line spacing is less because the size of the letters is less. So, we have freedom to decide the line spacing. But when we are writing in a ruled notebook, look here, this distance, no, this gap between one line and another line, it is fixed. It is match fixing like. We can't decide. So, naturally, we should change our size of our letters depending upon this line spacing. God has given our hand this ability. We can write big sized letters or small sized letters. Look here, I can write a big A here. A very small A here. Possible. It is in my hand, no? Suppose your hand, which is your servant, doesn't listen to you properly. Hit him hard. Hey, write properly. You should tell your hand. Okay? You need not try to understand the sentiment. You need not hit your hand. No, even if you hit your hand, not other's hand, it is okay. But it should be taught to write as you want it. Now coming to the next thing, many they think, what should be the size of the letters? In a rule notebook, the size should be half the line spacing. Think. So if the line spacing, it is 8 millimeter, no, the distance between one line and another line, using a scale you measure and decide. Find out. It is 8 millimeter. 2 millimeters less than 1 centimeter. Many think it is 1 centimeter. No, it is wrong. They can think the size should be half. No, it is not half. If you write half the size, what happens? I will explain. Please look here. Here, suppose this is a single line notebooks. These lines I have written in red line, a single line. These lines they are. Half I have written. See, this line, it is exactly half of this. Half. I write dog. See, dog, this G, it has a descender. It descends. Suppose in the next line, so line spacing is fixed. Rule notebook it is. You have to write cat. T has an ascender. Now it has to write. Now there will be a clash between dog's descender and cat's ascender. This dog's descender says this is my space. Cat's ascender says it is my space. There will be fighting. This is against the 4 lines copybook rule on which you learn copywriting. Because if it is half, this entire space is divided into only 2 zones. But we should practice with the 3 zones: ground zone, underground zone, and the first floor zone. You know very well. Now, here by the side here, I have divided into 3 zones. Now look here. Here the size of each letter, it is 1/3 of the line spacing. So here dog, its descender, it descends till here in the underground zone. And cat, which is written in the next line, its ascender goes up to this. Okay. So the descender and the ascender, they are in their proper places. No clash, no fighting. This is according to the rule. This is against the rule. The size of the letter should not be half, it should be one third, one third. In other words, out of the three zones, one zone, one third should be written with letters. The first floor zone and the underground zone should be almost blank, not written. Then your handwriting looks good. Now today, when you practice 5 lines writing now for good handwriting, you keep this in mind and you please try to write, then your handwriting will automatically become good. Another thing I will tell you, while writing in this single line notebook, don't write between the lines. It is wrong. Actually, you should not write between the lines exactly on this base line. This is the ground line we call it. Underground it is. On ground line you should write. Always. Your every letter should be sitting on that ground line. Suppose you write half the size. How it looks, you can just see here. See, here the letters are half the size of the line spacing. But look at here, it is one third. Which is good? Half or one third? You decide. Here more blank spaces. Here no blank spaces. Here one third filled up with letters. 2/3 almost. It is blank and not written. This looks good not only for English, even for Kannada. Here I have written the Kannada letters also. It is one third the distance between our line spacing. Okay. Now, what actually you should do while writing in an unrolled notebook, I will explain. Suppose this is one single line notebook. Here there is only one line. This is ground line or base line. Ground zone just above this. You should imagine one line here. It should be one third this space, not half. Okay. And you should here imagine another one line also. I have not written here. For practice, what you can do is in your single line notebook, okay, you please put one rule using a scale, okay, about 3 millimeters. Write one line, parallel it should be. It should be one third the size and try to practice writing. Now, look here. Here I will imagine, visualize, no, I should have a vision. There is another line. Capital letter size, they should go till there. Look, I write, now look here. H, it should go till there, not till there. So this is one third and this is another one third. Short, okay. Here you should imagine short, cut, okay. Again one third. This also for practice for a few days you put one pencil line very lightly and using that you write practice. After a certain time you should forget this writing also. You should imagine this line also and try to practice. Ultimately, the size of the letters you write, it should be one third the line spacing. So today, when you write 5 lines for good handwriting in any notebook, keep this in mind. Write, let your size be one third. If your handwriting is still very small, look at this. This is microscopic letters. You need a lens to read this. This is very small. It should not be so small also, or it should not be so big. Both they don't look good. You follow the right side. Okay. So today's important message lesson you learn is the size of our letters, written letters, it should be one third of the line spacing. And 2/3 of the line spacing should be almost blank. That is the secret of good handwriting. You will follow this secret and improve your handwriting. I wish all of you improve your handwriting. And about next Saturday's lesson, we have to hold the pen while writing. And in holding the pen, there are 5 aspects. Okay, are you shocked? 5 aspects. And what are those 5 aspects? You will learn in your next Saturday's class. Till then, thank you.